Thank you. Can you hear me? Because my,
Yes. Thank you, Kris.
okay, the camera keeps going off and on. Um, thank you so much for speaking with us today. I'm so glad I got to catch this one. It's just I love what you're doing and how you're doing it. My main question is I'm kind of on like the cusp of doing innovative things, I think, like you're doing, but in a different capacity with youth of our nation, starting small, but I have big dreams and plans for that to go somewhere. I'm curious with with all that you've done, what would you suggest as a starting point for putting into practice similar things in a different realm? I'm kind of career switching into mental health for kids who are aging out of foster care and different things like that.
Okay.
Like, what would you suggest? I'm going to be the low man on the totem pole inside of an agency environment, that type of thing. But like, just as I kind of continue to make these pivots, I don't know if that question is super clear because I was trying to write it and rewrite it, and it just coming out this way. So
I think it's one of the things that I'd offer is this on this notion of clarity. We talked about simplicity already, but that's more in how we define a solution. The most important thing to do up front is clarity. And what I mean by clarity of really understanding, like, because you have a passion for young people. It sounds like some of those young people, they're specifically facing maybe some other kind of barriers through physically, mentally, emotionally, and they happen to be in a foster care system, which in itself needs some reinvention. So if I understood that, those are kind of the area. And so it's the clarity of really what specifically do I want to achieve? I'll go back to ours. Ours was easy. We're going to replace soup kitchens with food trucks. But it was in that clarity and the discovery then as we learned along the way that kind of guided us, right? So as you really having a clarity of first objective and understanding differentiation. And here's the other one that I see, at least now that we're in the social entrepreneur part of the world, it's clarity of what already exists in our community. Oftentimes there's a lot of desire to create, but we don't always understand what capacity that may be very similar. Because sometimes the way to get started is a partnership or saying, I've got a way to add a dimension what you're doing. It goes back to this notion about before we do something, what we think is new, let's make sure it's new. Meaning, is anybody else doing it? Is there anything adjacent? And so I would think taking it, and you may already know it. So if you're already ahead, do you understand, like, and you can, your ecosystem, make it 10 miles, whatever your area, your, what we call area of responsibility. Do you really understand it? Is there anybody and everybody who has a similar passion? What are they doing? Are there opportunities to partner? The way you make this easier is it's come alongside and combine maybe two ideas, yours and augment theirs. And from that, now you've got momentum. So between the clarity of what you really want to bring and do, we are going to be, we want to define, we want to deliver these kind of skills or lead in transition for from people leaving foster care or close that gap. What that definition of your passion is. Define that clearly. Understand your local community clearly. Try to find alignment. And if not, then create it. And then it makes it, and if you create it, then just you put a good story on it, and then the energy will come. And if you partner or it's a win-win solution. If you're willing to align with other folks because you're so committed to the cause, and that sends the message that there ain't nothing in here about ego or that I need to own it, we just need to solve it. That is very powerful with people because that's not normal. Most folks who aren't like to create things as entrepreneurs. So partnering I hope that, so I would leave you with one word: clarity.
Yeah,
Clarity
no, thank you.
inside and clarity outside.